everybody? This is your friendly neighbor, Chad the Maverick, back with another video, and I wanted to break down astrology 101, like a basic type of way for you to understand how the states of energy interact with one another in order to create the world that we honestly live in. So I want to start out first with saying thank you for coming to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, hit the button. If you want to have the notifications, please ring that bell and like the video, comment if you wish to, or you feel anything from it, and let's get started. So first and foremost, I want to break down the critical components of every element. So in astrology, the elements play a very vital role, and everyone already has a certain understanding of what the elements are, but they may not understand with or how they interact with one another. So the basic elements when it comes to astrology are earth, air, water, and fire. With that being said, the earth signs are specifically attuned to the vibration of the planet that we're on. We are all on the planet Earth, so anything that has to do with the land or general nature, for the most part, is connected to these earth energies, and these people that have earth energy carry out this type of vibration. Their vibration is directly connected to how this experience in this third dimension is supposed to be played out, which is why earth signs are generally known as the practical ones. Air signs. So when it comes to air signs essentially think about the air or a breeze, right? When you go outside at any point, you feel how the air is that day. The air could be super humid, the air could be very breezy, it can be very cold on a certain day. Air signs kind of represent the flowing of that information. Once you go outside where you're at, everyone in that vicinity understands the air that's around them. So, like I said, it could be hot, it could be cold, it doesn't matter. The fact is that everyone at that point understands how all of this breeze and this energy interacts with one another. And that's kind of how communication works. So the air signs represent the communication that everyone can be on that wavelength of knowing and understanding these things. As far as water signs are concerned, so the first two I want to say are more connected. So without the earth signs and the air signs, there wouldn't be communication or grounded communication. Like, there would be nothing that would be set in stone. So there would be no form of information that was known to be true or known to be proven on multiple occasions. There wouldn't be any language either. There would be no structure. The earth signs represent structure, and then the air signs represent communication, right? So I feel like those are the two major important elements as far as this actual planet is concerned. The next two are more connected to spirit and what things work beyond our general capacity for knowing, what it may be, right? And with that being said, the water signs represent how emotion works. Whenever you feel a type of way, so whenever you feel something, or whenever you know something to be true through, let's say, like your heart space, this is you accessing your water. This is you accessing the fact that we are 70% water in our bodies, shows that we're 70% spirit and 30% anything else. So with that being said, having the water sign, or the water signs, represent the emotion and the wisdom that comes from feeling. Water signs are generally wise when it comes to expressing emotion or connecting to other people's feelings in the way that they want to come across with them. And if you even think about water in general, without life itself isn't as grand as it can be if we don't know how to feel about life. If we don't know how to feel, like if you weren't angry, happy, sad, if you didn't have more than one emotions, there would kind of almost be no point to a human experience, because the whole human experience is to feel and to manifest and to create the reality you want to create. So water signs are important because it gets you down to the deepest facets of yourself. So that's just a breakdown of water. As far as fire is represented, fire is what we would consider, let's say, light, right? I know when we think about fire, we generally, first thing we think about is like an open flame. You think about, a lighter going off. We think about, let's say, a campfire, right? That's what we think about when it comes to fire. But I think the way that fire is, as a generalization, is fire is the idea of light. It's the source of exposing something to a transparent level where people can see what that is. But when there is a full fire, or there's a fire that goes on, as a generalization, like if there's a fire, that means that there is a culmination of this heat and a culmination of this light that is able to express and give radiance to whatever's around it, or be able to warm people from, everyone understands how the sun makes you feel. You may not like being out in the sun because it's too hot, but when you definitely get to be out in the sun, we are a people that have been predisposed to sun worship, but it's because the sun is the closest star to our planet or our star, and that's because it's what things need to grow. It's the light. It's the showing you what you need in order for you to grow in your own passion. I think that's the best way to explain fire as far as that's concerned. So now that I broke down these four states of elements, I want to get into transition over to the signs that they associate with, right? So for the earth signs are represented by Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The air signs are represented by Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The water signs are represented by Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And the fire signs are represented by Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So, now that I've broken that down, I know that's something that, some people at this channel may already know, but I did want to give just a general overview and maybe just another perspective before I get into how these signs actually play out and how they work. So, best way to put this is that within these four elements, there are four elements, right? But within these four elements, there are three different ways these elements can play out and do play out as far as this nature is concerned and as far as astrology and any form of metaphysics is concerned. So first and foremost, we have the cardinal signs. And the cardinal signs, from what my understanding is that these are the elements or the people within these cardinal let me backtrack. So the cardinal signs within their element represent the characterization of that element. So these are the signs that essentially, so for example, Aries is I am fire, right? The Cancer is I am water. For I'm drawing a blank for some reason. Wow. Anyway, fire. No, it's a fire. Excuse me for a second. I need to. What is going on? Come on, brain. Oh, Mercury's in the 12th house right now, so just bear with me. Wow. Wow. I'm having cool Libra. Whew, I forgot about my whole North Node. Libra. Wow. I apologize to Libra. But Libra is essentially I am air. And Capricorn is I am earth. So to break down the cardinal signs in that, right? Aries is essentially what controls the aspect of who your character is. What is your character, right? Cancer is representing a feeling in water. So like I feel this, and also to Cancer are the most psychic as well, because psychic natures come from the feeling of your own intuition. The inner voice in you is your water. It's the one that we kind of ignore because of construct, but the inner voice in you, your intuition, is your personal water. So when it comes to Libra, Libra is essentially the I am air. I am communication. I am wanting to relate to another being. I am wanting to share my beauty. I want to share my expression of thought. I am air. That's what Libra kind of represents. Capricorn is I am earth, which means I am structure, which means I am the land that you can stand on in order for you to survive. I am the structure that creates what's around you. I am all of this energy. So that's what Capricorn essentially represents when it comes to it, right? So that's a quick breakdown of how the cardinal signs work. They are the I am of every element, right? So for the fixed signs essentially represent the I have and the I hold. I want to say I hold, right? So when it comes to, let's say, Leo, right? Leo is I hold the fire. The fire is in my hands. I hold it. So when it comes to like I hold the fire, I hold this fire in my hand, and this fire is the passion. This fire is the light. I am the holder. I am the wielder of this fire, of this passion, of this light. That's what Leo represents. That's why Leos are generally supported by creativity, and they're supported by love, because not love. They're honestly like, it's passionate love in comparison to just how love is, but they carry that energy because they're holding the fire that warms people, that gives people the idea and the capacity of romance. That's what Leo essentially holds. They hold that. When it comes to Taurus, Taurus holds the earth, right? I hold earth. I hold the structures that were made. I hold the work that is put in to create these structures. I am the wielder of that energy. That's what Taurus represents in a lot of ways. I hold nature. That's what Taurus is. I hold the beauty of nature. That's what that is concerned. All the fixed signs are also associated with how we perceive beauty as well. That's another thing I wanted to point out. But The next one that I want to talk about is, let's say, Scorpio, right? Scorpio is essentially Scorpio can also be considered almost as ice. The planet that it rules is literally an ice planet, right? So I hold the water. I keep the water in a state that I want it to stay in. I hold the water. I hold the emotion. I hold the connectivity that water brings. I hold intuition. That's what Scorpio represents. So and then the next one is Aquarius. Aquarius is I hold communication. I hold the intellect. I hold the thought process. I hold the trends. I hold what everyone is communicating about. I hold technology. That's what Aquarius represents. And it's like I said, every fixed sign represents the beauty of that element as well. Because they're the ones that hold on to that element for everyone else to be able to perceive, right? And so let's say when it comes to the mutable signs, right? I'm trying to think of the best word to use for mutable signs. Got it. So when it comes to the mutable signs are essentially the I manifest when whatever element it comes with, right? So when it comes to, let's say, Sagittarius is I manifest this passion. I manifest the fire of my heart. I manifest with this fire. It's the manifestation of the element. They're the ones to create. They're the creators in a lot of ways when it comes to the element, because they're the ones that are able to glue their ideas with the cardinal and fixed of whatever element in order to give perspective, because mutable signs are mutable. They're not fixated on anything, or they don't necessarily try to characterize anything per se. They're just the free spirits, they're the wingers, right? And so when it comes to, let's say, Gemini is the I manifest with my words. I manifest with this communication. I manifest with speaking to other people. That's why Geminis are quick to be able to manifest whatever they want to by speaking on it. They can speak on it, they can write it down, but they're able to manifest with that air quality. When it comes to Virgo, I manifest on this earth. I manifest what I can create, I can structure. I manifest with being able to analyze what it is we need to have manifested. That's something that Virgo can do that other signs can't necessarily do, which is awesome, and why they're able to pinpoint whatever is wrong within, let's say, their own element or elements of whatever else they're dealing with. And Pisces, right? Pisces is I manifest with intuition, I manifest with my feelings, and I manifest with my dream state intuition, I manifest with my psychic nature. That's essentially what those signs represent. But that was my quick overview of just how all of the signs work in the states of the sign. This video is running a little bit longer than I expected, so I'm definitely going to be doing another Astrology 101, and I want to break down all of the basics for anyone, because I know it's difficult for people to sometimes, let's say, just read through certain information, and I want to be able to give an auditory, so it helps you connect all of the other aspects of what you might have been reading on or what you might have already known. So so thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you showing up for this video. Like I said, subscribe, like, share it with a friend who may be into astrology. It would be really appreciated. Leave comments, speak to me, and I have my readings available on my website, and right now I'm actually running a sale, so anyone who's watched to the end of this video is going to hear the code. The code is going to be Valentine, and For the code Valentine, everything on my site is going to be 33% off for a short period of time. So if you want to book a reading, now is a good time to do it. Everything's 33% off, except the basic readings. The basic readings are still going to be where they at. No, it's a Valentine's Day. Everything's 33% off. That's what I'm gonna do for y'all. Anyone who's watching this whole video. So, like I said, thank you so much. Appreciate you all for your time. This is your friendly neighbor signing off. Have a good one. Peace.